Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to episode number 4 of Bring the Heat.
Four.
Four.
Oh
Yeah,
my.
we're going fast this
Four
time.
and
We haven't
many
got Tommy
more.
this week, unfortunately, but we have got Reese. We've got Tony. Tony's back after his Fortnite masterclass
Boopity
last Sunday.
bops.
Yeah, I
Enjoy
love
yourself,
Fortnite.
Tony. Have a
Yeah,
good time.
Fortnite was great. I got to me and the production guys just yelling up a tree. It's like, oh, there's a fight on me! There's a fight on me! Fight on me! That was the whole call for like 4 hours. It was pretty fun.
Shout out to Fortress as well for that.
Yeah, shout out
I
Fortress
didn't watch
Melbourne.
that. They seem to have done a pretty good job.
Yeah, they killed it. Absolutely.
Who was the observers? Was it you, Bumper?
Skitsy, and a guy. Hold on.
He doesn't even know his work color.
Yeah, it's my bad. Logan. Was on
Okay.
with me. Yeah.
Yeah, it's glad to hear you got done, Tony. But we have got a couple of different topics this week, of course, as per usual. But this week we're more so discussing. We got like one absolute killer topic, and then we've got 3 that are kind of like broken down a little bit further with the majors that are coming up as well, or ongoing as it is. But I guess if we're going to start things off on a light note, to put it simply, there has been light with quotation marks. By light, I mean
definitely not
these
light.
2 people. Fuck the both of you. But to put it simply, Requiem and Deca have actually been banned by Psyonix recently.
Yes!
For Toxicity, which
God.
ironically, if you haven't seen episode 3, go back and check it out because we actually
And 2.
discussion about
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, we're telling the
Last season as
future.
well. But the TLDR of basically everything is 2 seasons ago, back in 2019, when Deca was on Ground Zero and Requiem was on Mindfreak.
Requiem.
I'm sorry, I'm illiterate.
God.
Requiem.
Requiem. Basically, those DMs that came out with those guys saying rude and derogatory statements, which I'm not going to say because very rude.
Dropping the words that shouldn't be dropped.
Dropping naughty words that children don't want to see.
Very, very
Rocket
naughty.
League has a lot of children involved. And basically, Requiem has gotten himself a lifetime ban.
Good.
Which
Yep.
I'd love to see it, but I didn't think that would happen.
No, good.
And alongside that, Deca has gotten 2 seasons banned basically from competitive Rocket League. And Deca was actually playing with Wildcard at the moment, who recently botted out of one of the RLCS splits.
I was looking over at Wildcard because they only got picked up a month ago?
Not even.
I think it was like
weeks.
September 28th or something like that.
Yeah.
So it was like literally a month ago. And I got really confused on one of their tweets though. It said top 8, but they got knocked out in the bottom 8. I was really confused.
Yeah, so with how it works, basically you have your closed qual top 8, and then which is like your good seeds last because they have like weekly or splits.
Okay.
And basically you play off against, in a bracket where you go 3-0, go through the stage. Wildcard didn't, even though they're picked as one of the
They
top
lost
4
the
teams.
Bliss.
Bliss is a very ironic wildcard team, honestly. They can have good performances, some can't, but the moment of the matter, Requiem, you're an absolute moron. Let's put it simply. The fact that he copped a lifetime ban is just insane. Good. I never thought that would ever happen.
I think Psyonix have done the right thing here.
Yeah.
Showing a statement that if you want to be a toxic little shit, then go find you're going to play in.
The only 2 bans that Psyonix have given out has been throwing against Fury, the players who won RLCS. Yeah, it's a good time.
So what you're saying is you're in on this.
That's what you're saying. There's a chance.
You're the mastermind behind
I
all
think
this.
Psyonix have done the best possible thing here, where they've just gone, look, if you want to be toxic and break the code of conduct, we're going to throw the book at you. Simple as that.
You know what sparked all this as well? It was really funny because it was actually Deca who put up a toxicity tier list, trying to call out other pro players and how toxic they are, and then off that, someone tweeted that got 800 likes and Psyonix banned him. So kind of shot himself in the foot a little bit there, Tony. I see that smirk on your face. You're loving this.
I love the whole situation. Just fucking. Because then I think he even like tried to do. I didn't read the tweet longer. I saw a tweet longer about trying to do damage control. I was like, buddy, you were caught red-handed. Like, there's nothing you can say that's gonna make it better.
He made his Twitter private as well, and Requiem actually just got rid of his socials completely, deleted everything. And on top of that, apparently Requiem basically, I think he threatened something like if he goes down, he's going to bring the scene down with him as well. Because apparently, a lot of
Apparently, they're all secretly toxic, dude. Rocket League
Yeah.
game for kids. Who would have thought it breeds toxicity?
It's.
thought.
I mean, esport in general.
Everyone in Decker's list is going to get over the head with a baseball bat.
It's his Death Note. He's got his fucking Death Note in his hands. He's like, oh, I'm
writing all these notes.
I'm taking all you out with me.
30 reasons why. It's just Decker.
Oh no.
I just don't see the point in just having an ego. Like, why talk shit? Just play your game, have some fun, make some money.
Not even talk shit, just like blatantly
Abuse someone.
just abusing. It's not even
Yeah.
talking smack, it's just straight abuse, which
Just DMing someone for no reason, just being like, "Ree."
I don't like you.
it's stupid. Like
Ree.
we talked about it last week and how we were discussing how some people are toxic in games. It's completely natural in some situations.
Just Timmy and Dota.
If you're
bad.
I wouldn't say abusing, but if you're having just like, why'd you do that? And, like that always happens, right? Like
Yeah.
it happens in every competitive game. But when you're blatantly saying stuff like, I'm not gonna say some of the words because they're very derogatory, but things
Basically,
like,
threatening.
threatening to kill someone,
Yeah.
and also saying they're not welcome. I can't say the F word, but we're gonna call bundle of sticks because
yep.
that is what a thing is in
Yeah.
a simpler term. And on top of that as well, just numerous issues going on. Like this screenshot, it's around about 2.5 years old that got posted on the timeline, and yet it's still ruining careers to this day. So I think it's definitely a good thing because Requiem is known to be
Like, if it was 2.5 years ago and he was all good now, like he understood that, yeah, it was toxic, I shouldn't have done it, blah 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 blah, and never did it again. Like he has and whatnot. I could have been like, yeah, no, that's fine. He's grown up. He's matured. Like that's to be expected. But he hasn't at all. He's he's been the same for this couple of years still.
I don't think he's ever changed. Like I was talking to Ozzy about it. He used to, because Requiem used to play for Mind Freak in Ground Zero, and his name's Billy. People call him. Like, he's always kind of just been a toxic person in the scene, and it's not really a positive thing to see. I think more so for Rocket League, Psyonix do a very good job at getting rid of that type of stuff because obviously this has popped up. They had the forbidden throwing situation 2 years ago against us. They dealt with that pretty quickly as well. So it's basically just saying when it comes to, I guess, competitive nature, they just don't want to deal with shit straight away.
Yeah, which is good. It's what they need to do.
I
they
think
handled with it pretty quickly too. Decker quit, yeah.
Sorry.
No, I was just saying, like, to add on, like, they handled it very, very quickly, and I think props to Psyonix for doing so, considering, it's probably out of their reach, it's a little bit out of their time zone as well, and they just, threw the book at them, kicked them out.
Yeah, I deal with more than the book, honestly.
Yeah.
Requiem didn't get the book. Requiem basically just got the permanent death penalty in Rocket League.
Permanent death.
Yeah, pretty the equivalent to the death penalty in Rocket League, and Decker got a 2-season ban. Like Decker isn't really like a really toxic individual, but
he's easily influenced from what I see, which is like, young kids they see someone, they'll be like, oh, they can do it, so can I. Like, don't, just be your own person, have some fun. If people bully you for being yourself, kick them to the curb. You don't need them in your life.
So I'm just reading through the code of conduct as well, just looking at this. Because like when those screenshots were taken, that was actually during RLCS, so that's against player code of conduct as well.
Bit whack.
So pretty well the base rundown of it is being respectful to players, TOs, and spectators and sponsors. Don't do stupid shit, otherwise Psyonix will do something, as in this situation. And again, it's also against Eula as well. So.
Yeah. I mean, even if Requiem wanted to get into another esport, he might just literally be told to piss off.
I don't think he'd be good at anything else, honestly. Like Rocket League mechanics transferring over to anything else.
I don't know, Fortnite?
It's an esport.
Crank some 90s.
Oh, okay,
hey, yo, Fortnite is an esport, Joe. What the hell?
It actually isn't, so...
Just because you observed
FNCS is on today, I'll have you know. FNCS is a real esport.
Shut up,
I'm still waiting for wildcard to actually
Yeah,
say something.
that's the thing as well. Like,
They haven't said a single thing about it. Their last post, I think, was just about their Rocket League botting out the top 8.
Yep.
Or whatever it was.
yeah, on October 29th. It's been 2 days.
Yep.
And they haven't said a single thing.
I think that's just shit on their behalf. Like, again, Wildcard's been through a lot of stuff recently.
Yeah.
If
anyone, they should be the ones. They should be the ones going, "Hey, we don't,
Watch them completely ignore.
They will. 100% they will.
I think
Lockie,
it's
pick
bullshit.
your shit up, mate.
Hey, yo, cool guy.
Lockie won't do shit. Like, again, he's not going to do anything. Like, someone needs to do it. It's not going to be Lockie. It's going to have to be Griff or something to do it.
It'll have
Hey, yo,
to be,
Griff. Ben.
Like-
Wait, Ben?
I remember when we had Blakey on our Siege town and stuff. That booted.
Yeah.
All was good.
It has to be publicly noted. I'm sorry, but like it's your job to say, hey, yeah, like to save your branding, you have to say, yeah, we don't
within the
encourage
first
this, we don't
24
like it. Oh,
Yeah.
Maybe even 48.
48, yeah, at least. If you're going beyond that, then there has to be a reason, as in, maybe contractual reason or whatnot. But in this case, he's been kicked from the whole thing. There's nothing contractual that you can really go around with it.
Actually, Wildcard should have contracts in place, and they should probably fine him as well. Actually,
They should be able to, yeah.
they should be fining him. They should be bench. That's the thing as well. Wildcard have contract, I'd assume, for another 6 months or so.
Oh,
So
It doesn't matter.
yeah, I know, but the point is, what are they going to? I would say fine.
Yeah,
Straight away, just terminate it.
yeah. So it would be basically you're not getting paid for the month or whatever. If they really wanted, they can go. We'll fine you for the rest of the pay, like what was meant to be invested into you.
Would it ground zero?
No.
No.
Uh,
Even though
So-
it's during their contract.
So the way that would work is Ground Zero could, but then they would need to bring in. So they'll need to sue him for breaching the contract, and then get a subpoena or something like that, and to go out to him to then go to court and then go through the whole process of trying to get money from him. Which, I mean, he's a kid. He's not going to have jack shit.
He's 22.
surely,
He's a kid.
surely GZ.
You're a kid.
I was going
Only-
to say GZ surely.
You
won't
guys,
go
we
to-
are
can- I can-
kids.
Listen,
Okay?
just because you're
Yeah,
old as time.
I don't got
it's
money. I'm 22. I don't got money either. Like, let's be fucking real.
You guys couldn't tell, Tony's still living in the closet. He's actually doing the reenactment of Harry Potter at the moment. He just took time out of his
Yeah,
day
that's-
to sit here and just do this for us.
Harry Potter, red hair.
Harry Potter and Ron Reborn.
Fucking
Oh
hell.
no. So yeah, out to Psyonix, great job.
Hmm.
Obviously,
They're probably the second best TO in the world right now, behind Siege, I reckon.
oh well, in the way of how it's ran, yeah. In the way of
Wait, what about?
money and such, I don't know.
I feel like Rocket League to Siege perspective, it's kind of like you have toddlers and you have like men. Siege, you deal with like proper
Adults.
individual adults. Rocket League's like Jimmy bit my finger, and it's like no, he
Ban
didn't.
him.
Like
2 years. Get
2
him out.
years. Slap on the wrist.
Get him out.
Get him out. Siege's just like, oh yeah, that's right. We'll fine you.
Speaking of R6,
Hmm.
we'll move on to our next topic.
Yeah, God, I'm actually really happy.
I am too.
You know why? You know why we're happy, Tony? Why are we happy? You should know why we're happy.
Oh, because we get another Oceanic team represent us worldwide at Sweden. Sweden R6.
You say worldwide, it's sweet. Tony, it's either Sweden or worldwide. Take your pick.
Worldwide Sweden.
Well,
Okay.
worldwide because there's going to be
Sweden
other teams.
worldwide,
There's going to be
domestic,
teams from other
international.
regions. It's international.
Look, Sweden's as global as you're going to get it. Let's
Yeah.
be honest. Everyone's there.
Even though they don't recognize esports as a sport, but we're not going to go there.
Ooh.
Big
But-
country.
Yeah, Chiefs on their way to Sweden to compete. Shit, yes. I'm
There's
so
two,
happy for
there's two
this.
parts to this, right? So the first part is the event itself.
Yeah,
The second part is, right, you dickheads, why can Chiefs league count? You know, But I think the start things off are going to start, I guess, more so having a bit of a grip on the teams competing, who they're going to be up against. I think we're going to focus on the Chiefs here primarily, and also Invictus because they're the
Yeah.
I think who else was there?
There was Damwon and Sandbox.
Sorry, South APAC. Yeah.
Yeah.
South APAC. We'll focus on Invictus and Chiefs. Sandbox is ex Cloud9, so good to see them get signed as well.
Mm-hmm.
And Damwon doing their thing.
Up the Damwon.
But looking at, I guess, who Chiefs have to deal with, they have to go through Rogue, Oxygen, and FaZe. They're pitched to apparently place top 2 in the side Rogue. Apparently.
Yeah. I don't know. I can't see. I see Chiefs fighting a very uphill battle here.
FaZe is the 4th seed out of Brazil.
Yeah.
So they're not
bad,
the greatest, but they're not like complete bin.
Yeah. Where would you place Chiefs? Like, if you were to place Chiefs on a scale from 1 to 10, where would you put them?
Well, if I'm talking the event, I'd say top 8.
You reckon they'll be top 8?
I reckon there's potential for. Is there a chance that they can make top 8? Yes. Do I think it's probably going to happen? Probably not.
Yeah.
This is a wild card situation.
It is.
They used to,
I can't see them do it.
But I think looking at the other teams, right? I feel bad for Invictus.
Where are they seated?
They've got to deal with NIP, BDS, and Sonic.
Oh, GG Invictus.
So Sonic should just bot out the whole group because they're not really the best from what I've been seeing from the NA side of things. Because honestly, Space Station's still there. I think realistically, I'm pretty damn sure it's kind of Space Station that's going to be trying to carry the NA banner.
Yeah.
And Dark Zero.
Space Station have what?
Well, they have to deal with Empire.
The strongest R6 team.
They have to...
NA specifically, yeah.
Yeah, in NA, yeah.
Because working our way through, like if we're going to go into groups, I'm going to say probably Chiefs and Rogue for Group A.
Yeah.
And then from there, they're automatically top 8. My line.
How many groups are there?
4.
Okay, yeah.
So they're definitely going to be top 8. I don't know if they could do more than top 8.
I don't know. I'm still umming and ahhing. I just don't think they're gonna.
It's either that or Oxygen.
Yeah, I can see Oxygen getting in over Chiefs, to be quite honest.
Because then if we're looking at Group B, that's a tough one.
I'd go with Vitality on that one.
Yeah.
Vitality and probably
Zero.
DZ.
I'm personally saying DZ and Team 1. Team 1 won the last.
Didn't they have a big roster change?
No.
No?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Team 1 won the Mexico Major.
Yeah, they won the Mexico one. So I'm personally going to say Team 1 and DZ. I don't think Sandbox. I reckon will probably give it a fair crack.
I'll give it a good go. Yeah.
And Vitality, respectively. I've never really rated them Siege personally. They've been like.
Yeah. They've when they're on, they're on. Like that's the big thing. Like when they have those days, they just absolutely demolish it. And then when they have those off days, it's like a 50-50 whether they win or lose.
Now, when you're looking at Group C, Tony, I guess.
Yeah.
What are you thinking? Because I know you're not as invested into Siege, obviously, but I guess BDS are the European giants.
Yeah. Yeah, without a doubt. I think
NIP
BDS
has proven themselves at major events. They've got a title behind them.
Yeah.
Sonic's kind of just floating around a little bit.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, they're just Jay chilling.
And then Invictus has proven they can be into Mexico. I'm
gonna say I feel BDS and Invictus, but Invictus are definitely gonna have to fight for it.
Yeah. Otherwise, NIP, do you reckon?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't see Sonics doing much in this group, honestly.
Yeah. And then if you look at Group D, I'm probably just going to say Space Station and Empire, honestly.
Yeah, Empire.
It's going to be Space Station, it's going to be Damn 1.
Empire undefeated in that group, calling it now.
The Russians can say just something.
They're just too good. They're just too.
I mean, that's just Russians though. It might be the Russian year, I think, for esports.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to see Joystick actually get a title behind his belt again.
Well, I was gonna say they got first at the Raleigh Major, and they're just still fucking looking solid.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the teams, like even then, like Vitality hasn't really been good. Rogue placed top 4 in Paris. Space Station didn't really do too good in Mexico. Team 1 won Mexico. Like, Oxygen hasn't really had any results internationally. Same as Sandbox, and even for Chiefs as well, obviously. But I don't. I think it's going to be a good event. Especially seeing as you're actually getting overseas again. Right?
Yeah. Love the US team going over. It's a big up for us.
I could not love to see out with Chiefs, so I love it. Yeah, I guess the other side of this as well, if you want to touch on things, because obviously it kind of works through into the Siege side of things, just mentioning obviously the Chiefs Val guys not being able to go overseas, and yet this shit's able to happen. It's a bit.
Yeah. It's a bit scuffed. Like, Riot, obviously.
I understand different.
Yeah.
The excuse was they can't go to Australia, but
Well,
we've just seen us leave.
that's the whole thing. That's what I was saying. Like, they had that whole third party from Riot, like, they're getting a third party people to organize all their trips and accommodation and shit like that.
Chiefs dealt with themselves.
Yeah,
And-
Vultures did
yeah.
it all, from what I heard. Vultures was
Like-
in charge of all of this, and shout out to Vultures. He got it.
That's why I just don't. I don't understand why Riot have so much difficulty in getting teams over, and they go, "Oh, there was no way for it to happen." I was like, "No, there is a way. You just didn't do due diligence, and you fucked up again."
They basically pulled a PUBG from us here.
Yeah,
Not enough research.
not enough research, not enough care. Oh, who cares about us? They only do 5% of our bloody profits. Who gives a shit about them?
Not even on the map, honestly. Not even on the map.
Yeah,
It is what it is.
but I mean, when it comes to the Siege guys, like especially the TOs and whatnot, a lot of them are definitely on the ball. They've got people who are full time in this kind of shit as well, like just working over the clock, getting all this stuff organized and making sure that the orgs and whatnot have all the tools necessary for them to come over, which is awesome. That's how it should be.
I mean, Tony, how are you feeling about everything? Obviously, with I guess more so teams that can and can't travel, and I guess in regards to an opportunity that Chiefs have got alongside us as well, regarding I guess international endeavors and I guess more Oceanic teams trying to put themselves against the world.
Yeah, I think obviously it's always a plus to see an Oceanic team go across. Will it impact different scenes of different games? Of course, obviously R6 this is huge for like at PUBG because we've got the Fury PUBG guys going over to Korea. For those scenes it's great. For the scene overall, I don't think much will change.
Domestically, do you reckon?
Domestically, I don't think much will change. I think, like, people will look at that and go, oh, yeah, that's cool. But that doesn't really affect them all too much.
Yeah, I can get that for sure.
That's a fest. So I mean, across the board is, I think more so for APAC as a whole. I think some them do this is probably not only. I'm not more so focusing on OS. I'm focusing more on APAC as a whole because we're still, even though the viewership for our entire region is shit like everyone else.
Yeah.
We're still on the lower scale of, which I still think is a bit stupid. That's mainly because I still try to lies on English.
Yeah. And I think it's also because just where head offices are and such. Like we haven't really got a whole lot here, which is sad to see. Like they like with Riot OC closing down, we've now got no real Riot representatives here in Australia. Like shit, I'm talking to someone over in America just to talk about getting stuff done here, and that's just it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Not effectively, anyways. It'd be better to have someone who understands the OCE scene, who can then give you advice and whatnot that you need to develop the scene as a whole. It's shit.
Host a 40 million viewers event.
Just give him a ring.
It's just shit.
Give us a ring.
Because that's just how.
Yeah. I'll go talk to the Dota guys and we'll get it done. Yeah.
Go talk to Vlad for it.
Yeah, sure.
Hook it up.
Hey Vlad, mate, if you want to sponsor us, that'd be good.
Bring the Heat, episode 5, and we're actually joined by Vladimir Poot.
Fucking
Just the
hell.
Russian flag in the background.
Man's just out the window with his horse, shirtless.
Yeah.
How you going, guys?
Rifle in hand.
I got a bottle of vodka out there. I'll bring it in.
Rooski, baby, Rooski.
Brewski.
Yeah, I reckon. I guess I'm also touching on Sweden. Really good to see Chiefs going over there. Visas sorted easily. They organize stuff. It's always great. But I think we're going to move on to our next little segment. So we've got another hot play for a hot take this week. It's been
Let's
roughly
go.
2 weeks since I've had one of these, but I think this is probably a valid one in this day and age. A lack of oceanic content again. How are LFO teams doing better than signed teams?
Because orgs are lazy and they don't know how to manage their own little business.
Yeah. Yeah.
Homeschool project.
Could you
Homeschool-
could you
most
call
of
it
them are homeschool
business?
projects, yeah.
Could you call it a business?
But like, if we're gonna really touch on like legitimate orgs who are actual running businesses and such, we'll go, Ground Zero, Wildcard.
Bliss.
Wildcard needs to get a state before we.
Who else? We'll even chuck in Paradox there as well.
There's still an
Who else
org?
is out there that's really like more that tier 3 for OS? Yeah, we'll chuck Bliss in there as well.
Direwolves.
Where's the content?
Oh, actually,
know?
no, Direwolves do a bit.
We'll dump in 1620 Kings as well.
Yep. Hey,
They're an
man.
actual
I'm
business.
actually going to throw in Renegades as well.
Renegades, yeah,
I
that's
think
another
they've done
one.
a really shit job
They all have.
with the
I-
assets they've got.
Every single one of them have.
At
There's,
least CJ in your Rocket League team, and there's no actual content. Because I've seen a little, but there's not as much.
the man's hilarious as hell. Like, use and abuse him. Well, not
So
in
apparently
a literal
also,
sense, but use his skills, use
Apparently
his
he's also-
assets, use his branding to benefit your own. But that goes across the board. Like, how many orgs out there do you see that are actually using their players' own branding to benefit theirs? Like, there's players out there with more followers than some of these orgs,
some of them
and yet
bored.
they're not capitalizing on that. They should be transferring all those followers on those players to the org. That's how it should work.
I'm just going to say for us right now as well with PGC happening. I've never now, mind you, I'm not the best video editor.
Yeah, you really are.
Just got a video editor, full stop.
Yeah,
but-
full
yeah.
stop. But when Tony's telling me he's got work in the morning,
Yeah, my
It's
bad.
long. it's
God damn it, Tony! Why do you have a job?
My
It's
bad.
not
I want
hard
to go to
do it
bed.
either. Like as an example, overseas right now for us, like now I'm a control freak. I'm in like Fico's DMs every day, just saying, fucking send me footage, and the vlog content's basically that was good. We got 700 viewers in that in the span of
Yeah.
24 hours. Which
No,
our
it's-
YouTube channel is like we're shit.
It was dead.
YouTube.
It's
Yeah, I
fucking
know.
dead.
It's on there for a period of time just to keep the views up for a little bit.
It's
And
fucking
like
dead on there. Sorry.
when you put, it doesn't even have to be good content. We haven't got a video.
No,
We've got two phones just walking around, just talking to each
Yeah,
other.
when it comes to content, it could be anything from vlogs to just a simple skit, like TikTok skits, 30-second footage. That's if you
G2
put stuff
recently,
up.
they took the absolute piss. You know that meme when they're sitting down at the table, like at the business meeting. So, right, what's the idea? And there's 3 people lined up, and the last one gets thrown out the window.
Yeah,
They did that exact skit for the major event, but they were talking about their strats. And Amanek, the last bloke on the table, was like, "Don't go 0-3." And they looked at him and they just threw him out the window.
that's great.
They're now 2-0,
That's
which
great.
is shocking
Fucking
because
hell.
it's G2. They shouldn't be winning. That's
Hey,
not
I
how it
believe-
works.
I believe in
great.
G2.
That's content. Like, just small things like that. It doesn't even need to be like
It's not
really
even high
like.
budget.
It's not.
You could do that with like an iPhone 5, chuck that on a tripod. Yeah,
Yeah.
the video quality's shit, but shit's good.
I mean,
in
fucking
some
half the
situations.
phones out there had better quality than this fucking camera.
Yeah, true. He's not wrong.
Probably most.
And like that's the thing. Like, it's not hard to just sit there, hold your phone. Don't hold it in like, what's it? Portrait. Hold it in landscape, so you get your actual 1920 by 1080.
What you calling it?
I am here. I am.
You ever see what it is?
No, I know.
It's going in.
Use landscape, and he was like, "Yep, I'll tell them."
Yeah.
Next day, I get a video of Roden doing a vlog showing me his room in portrait.
What a
Mate,
guy.
just do landscape.
What a fucking guy.
I can't understand. I can't wait for the media days because we've got the new jerseys there. We've got everything going. It's going to be great. But again, if you're paying players, why the fuck? Like, if you're not going to make anything from them other than competing, you may as well pay us. Pay us to sit here and talk about you.
Yeah, legit.
We're going to be more entertaining than half the fucking teams because you're not even putting the content out there.
Yeah, some things better than nothing. So the idea behind content is you need to do something weekly at minimum, at least one video a week. It doesn't matter if it's bad, but at least make it decent. That's the thing.
Do a toxicity tier list.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a really, really smart
Or
way.
mentality tier list. Those ones also go down pretty well.
Mentality tier list. Tony's definitely F tier.
Oh, wait, as an F good or F's bad?
That's bad.
Yeah. Wait, so it's reversed then, because the mentality tier list, obviously, someone with a bad mental fuck it up.
I thought like if it's if it's like gonna be mentality, it would be like, you know, A would be good mentality.
No,
F
no,
would be
no.
bad.
It's the other way. It's the other way around, apparently.
That is so dumb.
That's the way he did it. I was just like that.
What are we playing golf here? What the hell?
It made no sense. It made no fucking sense.
So yeah, like content is content. Just make something.
Straight up, I'm looking at LFO X-Divals.
They're awesome.
They're getting Skirmish, who's like one of the CS editors, to just edit games of theirs with comms and everything. Just post that.
Yeah,
like if you're going to be putting yourself to a higher demographic, if you're not like, they got fucked over by Divals, obviously. They're trying to aim for a bit of a better org out here, so they're understanding. I got to do this so we can get there.
Which is awesome.
You make that content, I guarantee, if you get the right org, they'll probably be paying you $600-700 a week to play the game full time and do content.
Yeah,
and I'm saying if they have the budget and they want to do it, that's the amount of money you'd be spending if players do that.
And something like, besides like the orgs need to do it, players as well. If you make content, you are worth more money. That's the biggest thing. So orgs never profit from winnings alone. Never ever.
Stop it, never profit.
It's never profit. Never profit. Full stop.
Like,
cut it there.
I think there are probably like 5 teams in the world that have ever actually profited.
G2, Hoodie Org.
100 Thieves. Oh, wait.
Like, I think there's only 5 teams in the world that have actually ever really profited of winnings. Like, have gone in the black and have stayed there because of just the winnings.
All 5 of those orgs are actually from TI, weirdly enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spirit, let's go.
Spirit stonks.
I mean, fuck. What's OG? OG have like something like 70-something million in just winnings.
And still can't afford a good CS roster. Oh, sorry, what?
Whoa.
Hey, you got to place your money where it counts.
The CS major.
They also can't afford a team that gets out of groups in TI. Sorry.
But when you think about stuff like that, so like, if you're a player and you make content even like daily, you can ask for a bag. You can go, look, I make this content. How about I add your branding into my content? How about we add your assets into my content?
But do it like have the content there before. Like don't go to an org and go, yeah, I'm gonna make content every day.
Yeah. No, you have to have proof that you have viewership.
He's been saying that for 2 years, and yet we still haven't.
Yeah, one day he'll make content.
Yeah. It's not fucking wrong.
Come here every Sunday, BM.
Yeah.
He can't even come here because he's still fucking in New South Wales.
I was
2 months. We got this.
I was waiting for my second job, dude. Fucking 24th of November.
So yeah, like Tony, what orgs? I want you to throw an org under the bus here. Which org do you think is the worst at having top tier players and never making content?
Bliss. Just fucking Bliss.
Straight out. Just no mercy whatsoever.
Dude,
no remorse.
You literally have Precious.
140k.
You have handsome man, Freshest, great guy, totally markable too. You have Easy, probably one of the greatest RGLs that I've ever witnessed in Valorant and Oceanic. None of them make content. That's why they're getting shit on in Legends and AEN. Sorry,
because they don't make content, they're getting shit.
Because they signed a player that's been banned for a year, Tony.
Because he's a pug player. Sorry, Dragon. Alright, but back to content. So definitely, I'd have to throw Bliss under the bus. As you said, Renegades. I think, the players, at least for the CS team, definitely have tried, like with the vlogs and shit. I don't know if it hit as good as they were kind of looking for.
They're not even vlogs though. They're like 30 seconds clip, just
Yeah.
random shit.
Yeah.
Like if you do that and then release a vlog at the end of the week with other stuff incorporated, that leads up to it.
Yeah, like
Which makes sense.
you can do like if you're going to release a much bigger video, have snippets or some inkling or something that's going to come out, and then release it as a much bigger whole, as a
Yeah.
much bigger piece.
I-
So that
I
way
will-
you're having 5 videos from one, but people are still going to go watch
Yeah.
the big one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just put it all together.
I'm going to put ourselves out there for the last week because we were taking photos and posting them. Then at the end of that week, we post the actual vlog footage for those segments.
Yeah.
That led up to, as an example.
It's that is something that would lead into it. So people go, oh look, they're posting something. That's something to keep an eye on, and they keep watching and watching and watching, looking for something that's going to give them more.
The views are there. It's just like you gotta pick your mark. Like at least with us, I don't see any other PGC team right now doing. I haven't seen a single vlog come out. I haven't seen any. Everyone's just been obviously traveling and stuff.
I've seen players themselves doing it, but I haven't seen the
Not the org
orgs.
themselves.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of them from the players going, oh, I'm on the bus or I'm on the plane. Just arrived in Korea. I've just seen a lot from the players themselves.
Tee up with other orgs. Like you're all as bad as each other. Like we tee up with Brew. We teed up with Brew.
Yeah,
like we got players like as an example, Canaxi posts himself a video playing with our 3 players and carrying all 3 of our guys. So we're like, you know what? Let's take the piss out of our 3
guys. Fury Canaxi, let's go.
Canaxi supremacy.
Canaxi for Fury, that's all I'm hearing.
And that's awesome. Like that's how it should be. Org should be teeing up with each other and actually promoting each other, because like when you look at it from a viewership standpoint, if people go, oh, my good org that I like to follow has said it was other org, and what is they like? And they go over and they have a look at this other smaller org, and they go, oh, that's awesome.
Insights playing with Yankee from AAA.
Yeah,
look at that.
I think
because I'm a fan of his, so I'm going to go follow AAA. I'm going to follow some
shit like that. Like even then, doesn't have to be good
Vertex
content.
Order.
Like these Thai guys, they post random pugs that they do. It's funny as fuck, mind you, because C-coms are just dumb as shit. They get views. Literally, a clip of Inside, I got 800 views for him yelling at Yanku. Like it just happens. You just gotta see. You gotta have something. Like even, I know in some circumstances, right? Players don't want to do it. Don't pay them. Like if you're paying a team to compete and they also don't want to do at least something on the side, it's not worth it.
If you're paying them big bucks and not making content, you're wasting money. You're just
you hear that, Dragon?
Fucking throwing money.
Go back to Macca's. That's what I'm paying.
Hey.
Like, yeah, it's just no point. You're throwing money at nothing. Like, I think one of my favorite sayings: you can't throw money into a hole and hope it turns to a mine. And that's exactly what it is when players don't make content. You're just throwing money into a hole.
Yeah, that's what it's throwing. Almost as useful as burning.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Pick up your game, guys. Come on.
So that was the hot plate. We went on a really good rant, I must say. But I think it's probably worth moving on to, I guess, the CS major as well, because PGL, fucking hell, PGL and Valve, like they go together like I don't know, ice and
I have
fire.
not
It
seen,
does not work.
I've not seen such shit production.
Not just
production, but like the production was a big one for me. I turned it off. I didn't want to watch that shit.
So let's start from the first day, right? So the first day they didn't have any HUDs working, so they just used the standard Go TV stuff, which
was horrible.
Was just disgusting to see. They should have had that done previously. The audio, I understand first day, it always happens. Help it. There was audio issues, missing HUDs, like streams were cutting out, servers crashing, and heading into day 2, the A stream had the HUD up, the B stream didn't. The B stream had audio, the main stream had audio cutting out. Then the following day, both had HUDs, both servers were working fine, but the main stream had player cameras working and the second one didn't. Now, on top of this as well in the group stages, now, if you're going to a major event that has $2 million as your prize pool, you would expect every team gets the same treatment.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm putting this in the same boat as TI. players were competing either inside of the main stage area against each other, or other matches being played from their
Was it training room?
training room.
Yeah.
Now, what the fuck?
Like
Because-
if it was it wasn't even group stages, wasn't it?
No, this is before
play-ins.
the legend stage, so challenges.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is
So there was
challenges.
teams basically Heroic versus Spirit, as an example, got play in the practice rooms, and then you see FaZe versus someone else in the main stage rooms. Not like the main stage, but the
Yeah.
Legends rooms. Then off that, they basically said all the Legends games are going to be played on the main one, which should have with in all fairness. You shouldn't be playing in different locations because different environments, different that. And on top of that as well, they've now banned coaches from doing anything, and I'm talking like
Yelling
saying
nice.
anything, saying nice, saying let's go, saying generic
Yeah.
hype. Thing.
Like like helping morale, yeah.
I've
which
never
is what a
once seen
coach is there
Sonic so
for.
depressed in my life
Yeah.
because people like in CS specifically, you've got people like Sonic, played the game for like years, veteran, basically a father figure to Australis as an example. And when he hypes them up, he's like, let's go, let's do this, blah, blah, blah. Obviously, coaches can't do their thing unless they're in a timeout, which is fair enough.
Yeah.
That's what they do. But not enabling, just making them sit in a corner and saying nothing.
What's the point of even letting the coach
What
go?
the fuck's the point of the coach being? You may as well have him on the other side of the fucking globe on a Discord call, call a 1 minute pause.
Yeah.
I was talking to Tony about this. I want to see a team call a 1 minute pause just for everyone in the room just to scream nice for a minute straight.
That's
Just
all
to
I
take
want.
the piss.
Just that out of spite. That's all we want to see.
That's all we want.
I think this is just another. I think it's just what someone brought in a dumb rule. Valve. They just went, oh, this might help. Yeah, nah. Like, just if it's not broke, don't try to fix it.
Well, like I
Holy
mentioned,
shit.
If you gotta have hype.
Mm.
Because again, I'm saying that Australia's got 16-1 by NP.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's pretty bad for this. And like they're a very emotional team. And Zonic's normally that guy. He doesn't say strats. He just says, "Let's go. You can still do this."
Morale. That's what a coach is there for.
You need to be the morale monkey, as we like to put it.
Yeah.
There's someone in the corner. Yes, he may be the idiot, but he's the one making you laugh.
Well, that's what I think is one of the most important jobs as a coach. Your job is to maintain and make sure that the level of morale is there for your team. As a coach, if you're not doing that, then you're not doing what you're meant to be doing. You're not doing your job. So for them to take away the whole concept of coaches, why even pay for a coach to fly over?
How to nerf Australis.
How to nerf
Yeah.
Australis.
Nerf Sonic. Nerf Dad.
I don't know.
They just want the Navi supremacy.
This is probably. I hate to say it. This is probably the worst major I've seen by a long. I reckon this is up there. Probably. I think it wasn't Berlin, Tony. I think it was E-League. I think Atlanta.
But E-League wasn't too,
shit like this.
I think E-League wasn't too bad. I think what was it Krakow? No, not Krakow. I think Krakow had moments of doubt.
It wasn't as bad as
Yeah, it's not as bad as this one. Krakow was run by PGL as well, wasn't it?
I think PGL.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I think they maybe need to run a side league or something like that.
When it comes to production, when it's the main game, like I remember back in Krakow when they did it, it was really. But just seeing how they're trying to do this now, it's just not. Like the HUDs themselves, they look like something that's just been stripped out of 2004, like quarter or something, and it's like.
Yeah, they probably tried to go budget, and it's just not working for them.
This is another situation where I sit here and wonder what, CS. It just hurts to see
Gonna
that.
die.
Yeah, straight up, Tony. Even the TO themselves can't figure out what the hell's going. Like you expect, if you're the major itself, you have 8 months to prepare for, maybe even longer, and you still can't get this basic right. It's not hard. Tony and Matt can probably slap a heart up on their screen. It's that fucking simple. Like it doesn't fancy.
It's just a picture.
Like before 2012,
It's
there wasn't even a HUD on the
Dude,
screen.
I
It was
literally,
on TV.
I
That's
literally open up Photoshop, and that's how I do the Legends HUD.
Or even in
that's
CS, Tiny, there's the
loads.
external HUD that we used to use, right? Like, it's
Yeah.
not rocket science.
Yeah,
Like,
it's not
it's
hard.
just a picture. How hard is it to get a fucking picture on your stream?
You'd be surprised, but there's so many templates.
That-
And even then, like, how do you fuck the audio? Like, I understand here we have these issues, but again, we're just, two absolute morons just trying to do the best we can.
Yeah, I was gonna say they've got like audio technicians and shit like that. They've done like festivals and all that. Or, like I imagine some of them are like they've done
These guys got
festivals.
uni degrees and kind of
Yeah, these guys have got
Environment.
uni degrees and can't even get it so the sound comes out the right ear as well as the left ear.
That was another thing as well. Actually, it all just came through the
Just-
left ear for an hour.
Yeah, and I don't know. For my one though, I had both. But when you got because I remember you guys going, "Oh, it's only coming from one ear." I had it and it was going through it. I think
It's to the Brazilian stream.
I think it may have just been my headset. I think
was
my headset might cancel that
I'd
out.
rather
But
listen to Guilas in a different language, speaking Portuguese, and listening to that mainstream. Like, it's obscene.
it's a joke and a half that they're able to run these events and being paid for these events as well. Like because they're not the ones that they're being hired to do it.
If I'm going to be real, I think Valve probably would just give a slap. Like, I'm still wondering, like, the best TOs that deal with this type of stuff, the only good ones that we've had have been ESL.
Yeah.
Globally, it's been ESL. Who was one of the others we had? I think it was DreamHack was another.
DreamHack, yeah.
and ESL.
Yeah,
But they're
Anyone
merged.
else, there's always something that goes.
I don't know. Piss poor management and people who don't know what they're doing.
No quality assurance. Shaking my head.
I would I'm still pissed off as to how players had.
It seems like a big disadvantage for a team that will be in something like quite like in a large room with lots of lights and whatnot, and if another team's just in their room or something, I'd say the team that's in that big room is at a major disadvantage.
Yeah.
They've got all these other distractions and
Land
stuff
pressure.
going on. Yeah, and there's that little bit of pressure of I'm on the big stage, I gotta be good, while the other guys are like, oh, I'm just fucking off this, I'm just gonna go
Just in my
chuck a
room.
piss and
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm
fucking-
just fucking in my room. My little
Yeah.
closet here.
You're playing in your training rooms and you're just like mid-game. Serious casters are there.
Yeah, tech pause,
Tech
goes
pause,
for a piss.
That's happened before. I'm pretty sure.
Tech pause can't do it in a big room.
Yeah.
That has happened before, though. But yeah, but I think bottom line for this, there needs to be better. There really just has to be better. Like I understand COVID times, blah blah blah, but I'm very interested because Siege is doing it in the same country. So I'm very interested to see what production for Siege. Because I've never seen a Siege event that's had shit production.
They're normally on the ball.
Bang on.
But because the guys from Siege, they want the best quality. They pay a lot of money. They expect it. So yeah, I don't know if PGL just had a who cares attitude, or if or what they're doing. Like it's just disgusting.
Anyway, Tiny.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on flying?
I wouldn't mind going over to Korea to compete in PUBG.
Yeah,
Send me
what if
over.
you had to travel 20,000 Ks because your flight got cancelled?
Yeah, I wouldn't be too happy about that one.
So, story time. We're here with the hotspot. My computer's just died, so
Oh, nice.
away real quick.
Talk about production quality.
So, to put this into perspective, we've been talking about PGC a little bit because Fury's great.
Yep.
PUBG is actually a really cool team as well. I think bottom line, PUBG's really stepped up their game regarding
yeah, they need to.
everything. Because to put it simply, all the players have been getting there fine. We've had Roden take a flight half an hour early, which led to a 12-hour layover in Singapore because I didn't think he thought about that very much.
No, he didn't.
Cal ended up an hour late because he's leapt in. And then we've got the guys in Russia from Virtus Pro who basically two of them flew from the western coast to Krakow, I think it was. Then, sorry, what was it? God, what's the capital of Russia?
Oh,
Istanbul. No,
no.
Turkey.
No,
That's Turkey.
Moscow.
Oh my god.
Moscow. Sorry, I'm just thinking
Yeah.
fucking.
Fucking hell.
Istanbul,
Anyway,
Constantinople.
they
sorry.
flew. They basically. I'm thinking of BBL, the Turkish. Sorry. Because basically BBL flew from Istanbul to Moscow. VP flew from somewhere to Moscow, then to another spot. But then when they were on the eastern coast, they got told that the flights to Korea got canned because the Russian airlines wouldn't do it. So they had to fly all the way back to Moscow to then get on another Korean airline to then fly to South Korea.
Nuts.
Yep.
So
Nothing like a lovely detour. I hope they brought their Switch.
lovely. What do you mean switch, Tony? Listen, I'm not going to.
A book? Maybe a
Rush.
book?
Just start binge watching something on Netflix.
Yeah. Dude, I could watch a whole season of Good Doctor on that flight.
What would Russia even watch?
I don't know, anime?
Yeah. Yo, Sword Art Online? Say less.
Sort of.
It's definitely been interesting because the flights and accommodation. I've seen the rooms. They're quarantine rooms, right?
They're good.
So they're
I
not.
reckon
They're
they're
not meant to be great because what happens after the 2 weeks? I actually go into a 5-star resort after this as well.
Oh, the boys.
Ooh.
I haven't seen it, but Cal's just like, you need to see this. I'm like, I can't because I was meant to go with you. But fucking didn't.
Yeah, send me pictures, please.
Send me pics, please. But yeah, they've been documenting the whole thing, obviously. But bottom line, basically what's happened. So all the players, so the 4 core players, they got a very lucky dip PCs. Like they're all like middle tier end PCs, but the monitors themselves are like
60 hertz.
60 hertz. Can't play PUBG. Cal spent 3 hours playing Dota because he couldn't play PUBG, and every time they played, they just hurt their head because Flood borrowed one of the Sonics.
God, if he was playing bloody a Dota over in Korea, he probably got slapped.
Yeah.
But I think what happened was Flood actually borrowed one of the Sonics monitors because they knew to bring their own. So
Smart.
the Sonics boys, I think it was Tig, basically just said, yeah, take it for a day. So Flood used it. He went back to the 60 hertz one today, and all I just hear on Kick stuff, I'm just like, why the fuck did I agree to this? It's like, because
Oh,
they
Lord.
can't play. And obviously, last night with FPS Thailand Leo as well, like I'm watching the guys, and I messaged Cal, I'm like, so those monitors are doing you dirty, hey? And Cal's like, you can just say we're shit, Joe. It's like, okay, settle down. But the rooms are great. The monitors are not the greatest, but obviously it's a quarantine setup, so I don't really expect the Rolls Royce.
They probably expected most people to bring their own stuff.
The PCs and monitors they're having for the event apparently are unreleased, by the way. So the primary sponsor or the stuff at the event, they've got unreleased tech.
Oh,
that's a bit worrying. That is very worrying. But at the same time,
what do you mean worrying?
Well, no, it is worrying if it's if they have issues with
yeah, that's my thoughts. What if there's an issue?
They've already tested it, Tony.
You hope so.
You'd hope so. We don't want another PGL here, Joe.
But unreleased tech is probably like an processor or some shit. But anyway, like I think looking at how everything's unfolded so far, I reckon like the PGC event's going to be great.
Mm-hmm.
Especially seeing as when they get out of quarantine, everything's going to be good. But the other kicker is that the subs, so everyone gets a webcam to stream.
Yeah.
The substitutes only get the PC and the monitor, so same setup, no webcam. The coaches and the managers don't get anything. So I don't get a PC, chair, camera, anything. So all I've been seeing is daily FICO workout streams for 2 hours.
Love that.
On his phone. That's
what
all
a
I've
guy.
been seeing.
The man must be bored out of his mind.
So FICO bought his laptop because he's intelligent. But then you've got the TSM coach, Sonic's coach, there was Dignitas as well. They all forgot to bring their laptops.
Why wouldn't you?
You go into an
if
international.
It was me, I'd be bringing my laptop, my computer, my monitor.
If I was there right now, I would be editing shit on this laptop that I have with me right now.
Yeah, I'd take fucking heaps of shit over there.
PUBG.
I mean, I just do that when I go on holidays.
Yeah.
Actually, players would have had to only play for one thing. PUBG covered 2, so you could bring a monitor. You could bring, in theory, you could bring if you.
Yeah.
But that'd be stupid. So if you brought your own monitor, one, bring your clothes or an insights case. You bring half clothes.
No, you
what
just
the fuck
just
you want
bring
to
it and just tell them you want everything still.
Yeah.
Pretty much. They have a third thing you can bring as well. But yeah, it's definitely. I reckon it's got to be a sick event.
I
honestly.
reckon it.
After PGI last year, I reckon they could probably.
I reckon they are. I reckon they've done a spare no expense kind of attitude, which is how they should be doing it. They really should be upping the ante every single time, every single year, until they get to that quality where it's just absolutely pristine nuts and really the S
right
tier,
effect.
yeah, that S tier like production. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. But
Yeah.
the flights, on the other hand, yeah, 20Ks or 20,000 Ks. Like, holy shit.
I thought he like added a 0 on accident. I'm like, oh, cool. And then I read it again.
2,000 Ks?
Yeah.
What, from one side of Australia to the other?
No, I thought it was like a small.
Not even that. That's from like,
Yeah, that's like
from,
midway.
like gone from like the top of WA to the bottom of it. Nearly.
Yeah.
That's like 2.8, 2.5.
Proof that people shouldn't be complaining.
Yeah. Yeah, come to Australia, guys.
Australia do it full on just drive.
I used to drive 1,000 cases for shits and gigs.
Yeah, I guess.
Do that 28
Topic
times.
of production, Tony. We're gonna double up on the hotspot today, right? Because we've got the PGC discussion,
Lord.
and then we've got
Yes.
ALGS. We've got APAC North. That Tony has
Yeah.
so graciously wanted to discuss. Like he.
Oh, dude, I've been in their ears every week. I was like, when can we talk about ALGS? I want to talk
So-
about ALGS.
So Tony, I want to ask you, what is your opinion on hiring people with no Apex experience to do casting and analyzing?
I think it's not just casters being hired.
I think you need to have at least a little bit of a background in the game. You don't have to be crazy high rank. You don't have to be crazy good. But I think you have to have at least some experience or knowledge about the game, and maybe at least a few like community broadcasts or something like that as a backing before you jump on a main broadcast for.
So you mean to tell me for a primary major event, you should be researching what you're casting? That
Yeah.
doesn't sound right to me.
Joe, you
Why you're
really
cast anymore.
That was sarcasm. You prick.
Joe, you really trying to throw me under the bus here, aren't you?
So what we're mentioning is was the past 2 days? Is it?
So APAC North has been the part like just today. APAC South was yesterday.
Okay, yeah. So ALGS had some very, very new casters come on to cast the games for it. Now, they're not new to casting themselves, but to the game they are. And they have, we'll say for the better word of the term, they've shit the bed.
Yeah,
They really have.
I'm gonna say it's not, of course, on Apex or ALGS as a whole, like the people running that. It's the people that are running the partners of ALGS. So the people running the broadcast, for example. I think it's
the broadcast production.
Yeah. So I think it's Rect IGN for APAC North, and I think GG Longshot for APAC South. I'm not quite sure about the EU.
So do you reckon they've just gone, oh hey, you know how to cast, we'll get you?
Yeah, I think it's whoever's available. And I think you also need to take on board people that are in your direct messages. But that's just me.
Tony, you sound like you're talking about someone here.
I don't. It's
You sound a little salty, Tony.
no.
No,
I just think you
No
need
salt-
to
no salt.
have no salt at all. I just think you need to have some experience before.
So
Do you have some experience?
I wouldn't like to say I don't.
what do you
Did
mean?
Did you have anything going on today?
He's so good at it. He's plat something. I don't know. What are you now? Plat
Platform.
Platform? Oh, okay.
The season's about to end. I just want a platform before the end of the season. All right, leave me alone.
All right. So currently there's the lovely Cozy Josie and the good old Komodo,
Mr. Dion Parada.
Mr. Dion.
Yeah.
And they're the ones casting ALGS at the Aegis South.
Yeah,
North.
no, North. North.
North,
They're doing,
North.
yeah, so Japan,
Um,
Korea, all that.
And let's just say they have no idea what they're doing.
Props to them for at least giving it a crack, but
They shouldn't have put.
personally, I wouldn't do it. I know Tony probably would because
I'd
he
love to.
plays the game.
I'd jump on that shit in a heartbeat.
Mm.
If you're hearing this, Wrecked IGN and GG Longshot, my DMs are open. I'm sure yours are as well.
Tony, that's not the most professional way to approach people. You get them to go to your emails and you discuss from there, not your
Okay,
DMs.
my business email is poetrytony@gmail. Thank you.
There you go.
I'll put like a blinker of his email.
Blinker Christmas lights.
Please do not send me anything appropriate on that email. Thank you.
So you're saying you want to get doxxed?
So, look, I feel like these guys they've really shut the bed and they haven't done their due diligence in trying to get the best casters for the event. They really haven't even tried. They've just gone with the followers.
This is more so just a case of you need to just. I understand if it was because they're in Melbourne. If it was a land specific thing like they've been doing with Xenox and
yeah, like they have a
others,
studio
then
normally.
That's understandable.
that is fair enough because if it's a land based thing, that's cool. But if it's remote, why would you not just ask other people? Because bottom line as well, looking at the production side of things, like again, nothing against Prio or Dion, obviously, but Dion's mic is cutting out.
It's
Yeah.
I don't know if
horrible.
that's him. I don't know if that's the connection. I don't know if that's production, but that's not.
Either way, if they notice like that's happening on production, they go stop, figure it out.
Mute.
Yeah, legit. Like it's unwatchable. You can't. I would not be able to sit there. I would not be able to sit there and watch it. I'd have to mute the stream.
I did.
Just watch ALGS.
That's what I'm doing right now. It's literally up on my second monitor while we're recording.
And like, no offense to Cozy Josie, but girl, you got to calm down. And learn the terminology of the game because holy shit, the stuff you're saying is just making
I
no
think
sense.
she's a little bit stressed. I think
I do not blame her for being.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, she needs to calm down. Like she's
Tony, you and me
relaxed.
know Priya. Like
Yeah.
she's a really good person to talk to as well. But obviously she's done really well for herself in Valorant recently. She's still reasonably new as well. Like I think maybe a month and a half, 2 months.
I was gonna say this just like this past later half of this year.
Yeah,
she's come
so
up.
even like it's been good to see her because again we need more female.
We do 100%.
Like it's good.
It's great that she's trying to get into different games and whatnot, but there comes to a point where you need to do a lot of research.
It's across the board for literally every game you cast. Like I want to do Rocket League,
Mm.
and I haven't bothered because I'm still doing research. Because again, I don't know exactly. I have a rough idea as to what happens because I've watched my own teams compete in the game for so long, so I understand what. But there needs to be, especially in battle royale games, right? Like if you think
in battle royale, there's a lot that
there's
can
a
happen.
shitload going on. Like it's not just this player just shot this guy on B.
This
now the
guy's
plant's
looting
done.
this guy's dead
This shit's
body.
happening. That's happening. This guy's on Nelstar. He's firing it off. This guy's over there with the Kraber firing in from a.
Oh, the Rape just used a teleport. Oh, the fucking Corsair's come in. He's just got his bombs down. Oh, here comes a Bangalore. Oh, the ult's gone down. So
Hey,
like, holy shit.
Hey, Hozzy, you want to do it with me for
LGS?
LGS?
I think Reese will probably find a video of us just playing the game and just hearing our comms. We're shitting ourselves, just seeing what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, because there's too much that can happen, and that's where like being able to understand what each ability is and does. I don't think any of them even know what half those abilities do.
Like. You need to see people either play the game or at least
go play it yourself.
Watch VODs.
Just go play it yourself. Go play the game for a week.
Again,
and you'll probably understand. Like play every Apex Legend you can, and just have an understanding of what they do and what they're called.
Even if you had like a little bit of context behind the teams as well, I wouldn't think that thing. Like you have your wiki up next to you, you see your team on the screen, click on it, who's on the roster.
Use fucking Google.
Length of time.
Use fucking Google.
Please Google.
Holy shit! I don't even like. I haven't followed ALGS like fucking for the longest amount of time. But I because I only just started watching it like kind of last season, like halfway through. But I know RAG is the best team in APAC South. I can tell you without a doubt, and they've been playing extremely well.
No, they're not. Just because they're beating teams by 150 points does not mean they're the best team. Right?
Okay, historically though, they've always been. I can say they're historically been a really fucking good team in APAC South.
Yeah. Tony, that was sarcasm, my friend.
Yeah, suck your mum.
Shit. So yeah,
stop giving me more work to do.
Keep it in. It's all good. But I think You're not wrong at all, because again, you're going to have those dominant teams. Like, I reckon, imagine if you just don't have. I could imagine them going on to APAC South if you're like brand new casters and you don't know who the teams are, and then you just see a team dominating. You're like, oh, these guys seem good. And it's like,
Yeah.
well, they are.
Well,
Oh
they
wow,
are.
these guys have really
Burger.
been dominating. Oh,
Can you imagine somebody, if, as an example, if Chunks started casting AU, did no research, and he's just like, oh, these Fury guys are quite good. They
Yeah.
seem like they could. It's like,
Yeah, look,
well, I have.
I'd forgive
The
Chunks,
numbers
honestly.
are
He's
there.
got a he's
Or even if you
lovely
look
guy.
at, let's say, Gambit and Valorant after the last event, you go, oh yeah, these guys seem alright. It's like, well, they won the world championship, so
Yeah.
they're okay.
wow, look at this team dominate it. Like, well, yeah, like everyone in that's watching right now expected it to happen.
Know what a bubble fight is. That's also a good, yeah. Know when people
Honey, what is a bubble fight?
when it's literally late game when
Literally what it's called.
it's
That's
literally
what
what
I'm
it's called, but like
You
you
find in a
need
bubble.
Yeah,
fight in a
Gibraltar,
bubble. Yeah.
bang, drops it.
Know
Everyone just
know how
Wait,
and when to Valcolt. Valcolt's a really
What is
big
it?
thing
Oh,
to stall
how
for
do you
time.
pronounce it? I've forgotten.
Hey, no. Say it
No.
into the mic really clearly
he
for everyone to
pronouncing?
hear.
How do you pronounce Gib, Tony?
No, don't no. I want him to say it.
What is it, Gibraltar or is it?
It's Gibraltar.
Yeah, Gibraltar. Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
Gibraltar.
that's not.
I
What
just struggled to
that's
speak.
not what you
Well,
I
said.
said Gibraltar
I
or
was gonna
something.
say
instead of
everyone just calls him Gibby. Like it's fucking
Yeah.
way easier.
Yeah. But I think bubble fights are probably one of the most insane things as well. Because even then, when you
that's
like,
a
It's
high
meta.
level thing. That's
It's meta.
like
It's
if
you
you
need
make
a-
one misstep in a bubble fight, you're gone. Your whole team's wiped. That's it.
especially in like
Yeah.
final phase,
Like-
'cause
Yeah.
that shit's nuts.
Yeah, like the Gibby, Octane, and Wraith, they're probably one of the more iconic metas.
Mm.
And then, well, we got Valkyrie
You
now
got
as well.
Valk's big. Valk
Valk's
caustic.
been absolutely
Yeah, it's
key lately.
no one's mentioned. I also, I guess this is because they haven't, they don't understand as much. But crypto's being played a lot in APAC North. No, they didn't touch on that once. I think I saw it in
I
chat by
think that's
someone
more
else.
of like a substitution for information
Yeah,
as well. I know typically, like, there's just that many info characters in Apex. You really just got to establish. Okay,
It all depends
what's
how,
the meta.
like, it all depends how you play, and that's where a lot of these teams they're picking these like Valkyrie, Gibby, and whatnot to go for the late game because those two, Gibby and Valkyrie, when it comes to late game,
Caustic.
they're the best.
the caustic's really good at
Because-
taking space as well. Like, goddamn.
And that's where, and if you're casting that as well and you don't know that information, how are you able to deliver that quality?
I think it's just more so as well. You know, like, I speak more on the analyst front more so than the caster POV because as soon as that game's done, you got to try and break down what happened.
Yeah,
And if
Well,
the
like-
breakdown's just, oh yeah, they did well. It's like,
but
where
how
the
do they do
fuck
well?
is the like, how did they do it? When did it happen? What was the play that led to that happening? How did they engage that fight? How's
Yeah.
What was
Like
the
if a
rotation
viewer just
like?
came in and only watched the last minute of that fight, they want to know how that team did the rest of the match.
like straight up? If there's something pivotal that happens, you got to mention it, and you really just got to keep frame of that as well. So I almost guarantee you, Tony, if you did something like that, obviously you didn't know what you were doing on a broadcast. Because remember, I don't mean to throw you under the bus, obviously, but I remember when we did that one Rocket League broadcast that we
Ayo.
did together,
Yeah.
and it's kind of like me just like doing the play-by-play and everything because
He does the flips.
Tony's just like, oh, flip, reset, and it's like, no, he was turtling, mate.
It was a good cross. Top bins. Nice. I know top
Nice.
bins. I know top bins is a big one.
You're a top bin.
Oh, thank you.
It's like he dunks it, mate. This is basketball.
It goes up for the Michael Jordan.
Man's dunking even in real life.
God damn.
Oh god, but yeah, I think I guess to cap it all off, like ALGS as a whole, I reckon, especially for APAC North and South, I reckon the production has been good, but I think it's more so. Obviously, they have their own little groups. You have Longshot, who has like the Sydney guys, and then you've also got North, which has the
Yeah.
Melbourne boys as well. I think again, it's those little groups who are
Yeah.
doing things. Like, I think again, you got to work to where you go, and I think more so if you're dependent on a studio setup, it makes sense to have them all together. Like if I saw Dion and actually go to
Yeah.
the rec place and they sat together down like what we saw from Xenox and Guds.
That's what I was
previously.
expecting.
Great.
Yeah, that's understandable. Like I would
Um,
expect that, but if
Especially
it's
now in Melbourne, like they're free to literally just do whatever. Just
Yeah.
scaringly, yeah.
it's
Yeah.
got to happen at some. Even if it's
I'll,
sooner.
I'll be out eventually, boys. That's all I'm saying.
24 days.
I'll
Tony.
spray you with Dettol when you get here.
It's kind of like the jerseys that we had, like in PGC. They literally got doused in sanitizer. Like I'm talking, they stripped the package open, dipped it in, hung it out to
Nice.
dry, gave it to the guys, and it smelled. You could light that shit on fire and just disappear.
Jesus.
Flammable. Starts with not being flammable, dips it, and then becomes flammable. It's like, I don't know about that one.
Yep.
But yeah, it's definitely been a good time. I reckon at least covering things today.
We've had a very short one this time.
It's a short episode, but it's one of those ones where you kind of just establish a lot of different stuff. I guess more so have a discussion regarding some of the larger scale things, like some of the issues that occur, but also some positives as well. Because again, when this episode airs, Chiefs are going to be in Sweden doing their thing. So best of luck to the guys.
Yeah.
I hope
Get the dubs, boys. We want
Hopefully they
we
do
want
well.
another OS
Second
team
in
doing
groups.
really well,
Let's
another
go.
major.
First in
fingers
group.
crossed. You can honestly just expect us to piss out of each other while they're over there. But
Yeah.
I think for the Cheese guys, it's going to be great to see them perform. It's been a year and a half since they've had an OS team in Siege overseas. Yeah, it's definitely been a good thing. And I guess for you guys as well, do you have anything I guess you want to say before I close things out?
Yeah, if anyone does want to, help us, or have any opinions or have a topic they want us to talk about, leave it in the comments as well down the YouTube, or go to our Twitter,
Podcast
BTH.
Yep.
There you go. Yeah, even then as well, if you're somebody who I guess wants to come on an episode, whether you're local in Adelaide who wants to come sit on the couch, it's here if you want to have some input. Otherwise, on the other side of things, we can always do it remote as well. Obviously, Tony's doing it remotely, and we're more than happy to get people on board who are doing it, just as bad as he is at the moment.
Poor Tony.
Yeah, again, not too long until the borders open and we can get tapped a bit.
Yeah, it should be nice.
Yeah,
Get on the beers with
Get on the
Tony.
beers.
On the beers.
Probably going to try go to Melbourne next January potentially. Fingers crossed that happens because I just want
Yuck.
to have
Cheeky holiday.
Time myself. Obviously, you're going to be away soon as well.
Yeah,
So,
I'll be in Perth in December.
yeah, so we're going to be back
on extra holiday.
when he's in Perth. We're going to be doing it remote again, Tony, for those episodes.
Love
if we
that.
have any around then, but
Abundance.
yeah, it's definitely been a good time. Again, make sure to check out the socials. This will be on the BTH YouTube channel as well. We have moved since being on the Fury one,
Yes.
so make sure to just subscribe, keep up to date with everything, follow the socials as Reese was touching on before, and also make sure to follow the TikTok, which will be coming out soon.
Oh, TikTok
will be linked in the description. You can see all three of us just being absolute
clowns,
as I
Yep.
like to say it.
being apes.
Mainly Tony just jumping around.
What the dog doing?
Features from the dog. But this has been episode 4 of Bring the Heat. Thank you so much for listening and watching, no matter where you're from. And we'll see you guys next week.